You are God from beginning to the end. There's no place.
At different times in our lives, we must have gone through what I called low moments. Personally, I've been through a couple of low moments in life. Now, what are low moments? Low moments are moments in life where you feel discouraged. Low moments in life are moments where you have made so much effort at certain ventures and it seems things are not worked out the way you have wanted it to work out. Low moments are moments in life where you have made so much sacrifice, you have contributed something to a venture, to somebody, and all your efforts are not appreciated. Your sacrifices are despised. There's a tendency at that moment to be discouraged and to feel what actually is what's the essence. Why have I, made so much sacrifice and nothing came out of it? I want to share with you today how to deal with such moments. Why? Because low moments are not supposed to be a place of residence. Low moments are supposed to be a place of passage. David said, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. And so it's a place that you walk through. It's not a place where you remain. It's not a place where you come. It's not a place where you spend all your life. It's a place where you deal with it and you move on into what God has ordained for your life. David said, when my heart is overwhelmed, he said, lead me to the rock that is higher than I. And so today we look at a couple of lessons on how to deal with the low moments of life. The first lesson today is that your low moments are never a surprise to God. It's a divine opportunity to experience the grace of God in a unique way. It's not a surprise to God. It's a divine opportunity to experience the grace of God in the way you have never seen it before. The grace of God comes on that scene and helps you to deal with that situation. In the house of Potiphar, in the prison, Bible says, and Joseph found grace. And so it's a time of your life where you find grace. And when grace is available, you can rise out of any low moment. You can rise out of any situation in life. God said to Apostle Paul, he said, my grace is sufficient for you. 2 Corinthians chapter 12 and verse 9. He said, and my strength is made perfect in your weaknesses. It's so important. And so your weaknesses is a divine opportunity. He said, my strength is made perfect in your weaknesses. And so when you find yourself in that low moment of life, reach out for the grace of God. The grace of God will always be sufficient for you to handle whatever degree of low moment you find yourself in life. Number two, when you are despised, when it seems that life has not given you the required chance to make something out of yourself, is an opportunity for God to begin the journey of raising you up in life. The low moment of life is a good place for God to begin the journey of raising you up in life. It will be very clear that this is God, that this is not the hand of man. And God wants to take that glory in your life. There are individuals that wants to take that glory. And when you get to that low moment of life and God begins to raise you up, it will be so obvious, it will be so clear that this is the hand of God and not the hand of a man. There was no way the brothers of Joseph would have taken credit for the rise of Joseph in a strange land. In fact, as far as they were concerned, Joseph was a dead man. And so when they eventually saw the man, they were disappointed, they were afraid, they were going to hide it because they could not take credit for the happenings in the life of Joseph. And so your low moment can become your rising moment. Your low moment can become your rising moment in the journey of life. Number three, the low moment of life should be a place of learning. There are certain lessons you may never learn in life, except you find yourself in those low moments. And those lessons become an asset for the rest of your life. There are lessons you will learn at that stage of your life that you will look back years after and you give God thanks for having gone through that moment in life. It's so important that you understand it. It's not a wasted moment. It's a moment of learning. It's a moment where God himself will reveal certain truths in your life that will become an asset for your journey into destiny. The mountain top will require certain understanding, and it's at that stage of your life that you will learn those lessons that God will communicate to you and help you in all your journey for the rest of your life. Number 4, the low moment will reveal the acts of men to you. It's at that stage of your life and the seasons of your life that you understand the hearts of men. You understand those that God has assigned to you. There are those in life that will only identify with you in your mountain moments. They will celebrate with you. They will remember you. They want to call your name. They want to introduce you to others. But when you find yourself at that stage, you know that is only God. And they will also know that this is God. And so it reveals to you the hearts of men. You know that those that God has assigned to you, those who are committed to you in season and out of season. The last lesson today is that low moments are rare opportunities to learn God's dependence and to be delivered from self-dependence. There's a tendency in man to think we have what it takes. You might think your strength is enough. You might think your expertise is enough. You might think your education is enough. But at that moment in your life, you understand that except the Lord builds the house, the labor in vain that build it. You understand in those moments of your life, it's not of him that willeth, it's not of him that runneth, it's of God that showeth mercy. It's the mercy of God that makes a difference. And so it helps you to learn God's dependence and not to depend on yourself. Bible says, lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledging, and it shall direct your path. God said to Apostle Paul, Paul said, we are not sufficient of ourselves to think anything as of ourselves. It says our sufficiency is of God. That's important. Our sufficiency is of God. We are not sufficient of ourselves. You might want to say that with me today. I'm not sufficient of myself. There's a limit to which you can go by yourself. It's those low moments you come to that understanding that it is God that makes all the difference in your life. I believe God with you that you walk into purpose, you walk into all that God has ordained for you, that nothing will be an hindrance on your journey or destiny, that nothing will stop that which God has ordained for you. You will rise from the ashes of the past. You will rise from the low moment and step into all that God has ordained for you in life. I love you. Share this video with somebody. Subscribe to my channel in case you are new. I want to hear your comment. What do you feel? What do you think? What have you learned from this video? I love you, and I will see you in your destiny. God bless you.
You are God from beginning to the end. There's no place for argument.